Are you listening?
The PlayStation 5. This week, PlayStation broke the internet when they revealed the PlayStation 5 controller. And while many assumed that Sony would continue to build upon the success of the DualShock controller, PlayStation obviously had different plans for this generation. Check out the first images of the DualSense Wireless Controller. The DualSense will feature haptic feedback inside of the controller's joysticks that is capable of simulating the slow grittiness of driving cars through mud, along with having adaptive L2 and R2 triggers that can change to different tensions that ensure shooting a bow and arrow will feel different than shooting a gun. PlayStation hopes that the new DualSense controller, combined with the PS5 Tempest 3D audio tech, will deliver a new feeling of immersion to gamers. And it's really interesting, because Sony seems really set on the idea of changing the way that we play video games. In fact, President and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, Jim Ryan, stated, "The new controller, along with the many innovative features in PlayStation 5, will be transformative for games, continuing our mission at PlayStation to push the boundaries of play, now and in the future." The many innovative features in the PS5. So, let's recap what we know. The PlayStation 5 will feature a state-of-the-art solid-state drive that will boot games in seconds, along with reducing the need for longer patch installs and over-duplicated game data. Top that with the 3D audio tech that promises to mimic surround sound without needing the setups that cost hundreds of dollars. And now we have a controller whose joysticks and triggers will bring a new feel to gaming. And for the most part, the majority of developers have already stated that the PS5 will revolutionize the way that games are developed. So this raises the question, what else could the PS5 do to change the way we game? Well, a quick look at Sony's recent patent filings would show things like patents for direct booting user interface, a voice-activated digital assistant, and the ability to detect users' heart rate through the controller. But these are just patents, and oftentimes companies file patents for ideas and do nothing with them. But for me, this next generation for Sony is all about services and content. Let's get real. PlayStation is currently the best place to game. The touted features of a console are great, but at the end of the day, content is king. And with this next generation, I think Sony needs to come out of the gate swinging, having overhauled their existing service offerings. Things like PS Plus, PlayStation Now, or even the PlayStation Network should be revisited. I mean, PlayStation was one of the OGs in cloud-based game streaming. Back in 2013, they bought Gaikai for $380 million and evolved that into PlayStation Now. But since then, PlayStation Now has kind of remained stagnant. With services like Stadia, GeForce Now, and xCloud joining the fold, PlayStation Now needs to reassert their relevance. And let's not forget, PlayStation Remote Play allowed you to stream games to other devices before anyone else did. But somehow, these two amazing features seem to be the most underutilized things on the platform. And when you talk about features that will revolutionize the way we game, I think that those two might be the biggest. Things like Stadia or xCloud are appealing because they make gaming easier and more convenient. The same could be said for the Nintendo Switch. Its popularity is mainly based on the fact that it's easy to use and convenient to travel with. If PlayStation overhauled services like PlayStation Now and created a service that allowed you to stream hundreds of games to any device, that would change the way people play video games immensely. No longer are you bound to the couch while playing games. Gone are the days where you have to pack up your PlayStation when you travel. In the next generation of gaming, if you want to play a PlayStation game, imagine how cool it would be if all you needed was a screen and a controller. The longer I stare at you, the more uncomfortable it gets. I'll stop staring as soon as you subscribe.